Hey guys, so in this video we'll be creating a all poll query. So what we need to take into consideration is we need to make this to a paginated query. That is because if we have somewhere around 300 to 400 polls in our database, and if we say find all the polls, it's going to hit our database really hard. And so to remedy this, our solution is to make this to a paginated query. That is because we can say we only need the 5 poles, and we can say to get the first 5 poles. So if we say skip 0 over here, we'll get the first 5 poles, and if we say we want this next 5 poles, we can say over here skip 5, so we'll get the next 5 poles after that, and so on and so on. So let's create this query first. So let's copy this query in the poll.resolver file. So let's change this name into all polls, and what we'll be returning is an array of poll, and the arguments here, we'll create a new argument file over here under args, call it all polls args.ts. let's copy this create poll arguments over here. Change this name to all poll args, and our first arg is take. This is going to be a number, and the second is skip, and that is also going to be a number, and this should be a field. And now let's import this all poll args over here as an argument. So we'll change this to all poll args, and let's destructure it. We'll get the take and skip value, and let's remove this ID from here, and let's pass the take and skip value in our function. Let's change this to all polls, and let's create this function all polls in our service file. So in our poll.service, we'll create a new function, all polls, take is a number, skip is a number, and what we're returning is a promise of poll, an array of poll. So we also need to say that over here in our resolver as well. So we need to change this to array of poll. So in our service, let's create the function. So let's return this dot or poll repo dot. So what we need to also understand is we need to do an inner join. So that is because inner join gives us the records that have matching values in both tables. So let's say our table 1 is user and table 2 is poll. So we only need the values that have the both matching values. So what if an user signs up and he doesn't create a poll? So we won't be needing the users, we only be needing the users who have created the poll. So that is why we'll be using an inner join. So to do an inner join, we'll need to create a query builder. So let's pass in an alias called poll. The next value is inner join select, and we need to pass in what the option is. So poll option, and the alias we'll call it poll option. So where I'm getting these poll option value is from in our entity. If you take a look, this is the poll option value. So I'm referencing it here in our service, poll option, and we are aliasing it to poll option. And let's I guess we'll order it by poll name, and we'll do an ascending order, and we'll pass in the take, and we'll say skip, we'll pass in the skip, and we need to get many as well, so to get all the poles, and that's it. So let's save this. So now you can see create pole query. This is an alias. So we'll be doing an inner join and select. We'll be selecting the pole option. We'll order it by the name, ascending order, and we'll pass in the take and skip, and we'll get the many. Now you can see our error has also gone away, the TypeScript error, because we'll be returning a pole array of poles. So let's start our server now. Start dev. Let's go back to playground. Let's create our all pole query here. So all pole should be all poles. Let's refresh our, so all poles take us, let's say we'll get the first 5 value and we'll skip from 0, so we are getting the first 5 value, and the ID, the name, the user ID, the pole option, and we'll get the pole options ID, text, votes, and the pole ID as well. So now let's press the play button here, and we are getting the values, ID 14, and 14 has the pole option 21, 22, so on and so on. So let's take a look. The ID is 18 here, the last ID, the 5th ID. So if we say skip 4 here, we'll get the 18 ID as our first ID, and we'll get the rest of the ID below. So let's press play here, and now you can see ID number 18 is first. So if we say skip 5 here, what we'll get is the ID number 21, and so on. So we'll press play over here. Now you can see ID number 21 and 22. So we can keep skipping. So if the user in the front end selects the next page or paginated, so we'll do a pagination in front end. So we can say take 5, skip, keep skipping things to in an increment of how much we are taking. So we'll say skip 5, 10. So let's say we are skipping to the 50th. I guess we won't be having any poles there. Let's press play button. Now you can see if we reach the last pole, we won't get anything. So that's how we'll understand we have reached the last pole in a database. So that is it, guys. Thank you guys for watching.